Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are on the day number 11 of our batch. Okay, so now if you remember, and that the last week, what we have discussed is about the control life cycle. Mainly, we discussed the draft, a test, and review. Okay, something good which I found is that if you remember that in the control, we are not able to select the latest or the smart attestation way. So we'll discuss that first. And the reason being it was not available. So let me log in here. I'll go to the compliance workspace now. On right thing name. Okay. And I can go here. And now I can see that what attestation method I'm putting in my control objective. So this is what we have a control objective, right? In the COVID DS10.2. Yep. So now here I have a method attestation and GRC attestation. Now, if I go to my control, I can see the same thing here. Attestation. The reason why it was not appearing earlier because there is a property we need to be enable. So there is a property of the smart assessment. So sys underscore and the property calls enable smart assessment. This one. So this one was earlier false. And due to this property, we are not able to see the smart assessment on our control here. Now, how it look like to the user. So let's say I want David Lou to be attest this particular control. Click on the attest and now I will impersonate it as David Lou because there's a difference of the smart. And I will go to the dev ESC. Because it is an assessment now, not a task. So you can click here. Control attestation. If you open the assessment from here, it will be show the same way. You can say, Atul, what is the difference between these two? But if you go back here and open in the task window, task means David also have a compliance this thing. So David can go here. And in the task attestation. Classic is old method. Control attestation is the latest method with the smart assessment. Open this. So the benefit or the way of working this, number one, a user can see that how much percentage has been completed. See. And then explain. And I can see all questions, unanswered questions. If I say, if I want to change it, can I change? Yes. So now you can see. And you can see the metric is getting created. You can see the details, control kya hai, who created, and all the things will be there. Now, if I go back, or I can take reassign as well, that no, it's not me, I want to be assigned to someone else in my team. So I can do this particular part. Now, for the same thing, if I go back to the classical attestation, and I can click take assessment. Simple. No good look and also not look good and feel, the old look and good look and feel. Only submit. There's nothing called coming like this, which we're seeing on the part. So these are the few benefits of this particular smart assessment engine benefits. So if I go back here, let's say cancel, there's nothing, I can do the reassign. And I can see the questions here as well, see. Because TV is my compliance manager as well, so he can see a lot of things here. View user response. Response भेजे नहीं user ने कुछ. So what I will do now, I'll go and do this one. Now, if you want to group it, can I group here? Combine. Auto copy. And name LNG Smart Assessment. And this. Auto copy enable means the response which has been here. Move to the next one. You can see auto copy enable. Clear till this point, everybody? This is what we were missing earlier. So this property need to be enabled, and then it will work as expected for us. And this is the latest feature given by service now. Now, if I just end impersonation and come back as a compliance manager, and now I go to the click on this eye. See, we can see a hierarchy here, complete hierarchy, that under the UCF it's 88, operational management 78, establishment management 75, and this is what include, this is my part. This is my compliance score. 75% is my compliance score. Now, how this compliance score get created? That is the next part. Okay, and now I can see this is apply for these entities, parent entity is this, authority document is this, and this. Now, if I go back here, control, click on this eye. Key control no, exempted no, weighted this, enforcement no. Related this, parent, and these things. So you can see with the eye icon, you can see that what and where we are at point of time. And now come back here. Now the question comes, the next step basically we are going to do is called the indicators. See, if you notice, till now what we have done, basically this is the policy one. अच्छा ठीक है, policy नहीं ठीक है. Draft, test, and review. Now in the monitoring, what it's saying, basically monitoring is the place when you want to be see that how your objective is behaving. How your objective is behaving means I want to be see the results that the control which I have implemented and is it working as expected in my organization or not. And by this control, I am getting a compliant or non-compliant domain. That is the meaning of the monitoring. And this is called, there is another concept called the continuous monitoring. Control I give the term here. What is this called? Uh, common, not common. Wait, I'm missing something here. Common. uh, Continuous control monitoring. So there is a two ways. Either you can do automated monitoring. अब भाई सिंपल सी बात है देखो. In this case, the simple thing is that now I teach, or let's say Mahesh is teaching in a school and he teach the students for the 2 weeks. Now, if we take a test only once in a week, or sorry, once in 6 months, then it is tough for Mahesh to be conclude that this person is compliant or not, or means understanding everything or not. So what Mahesh do? Every day in the class, he start asking some questions to the students, so that people should, or the students should able to understand or know, and Mahesh should know that what he's teaching is everybody understanding or not. That is called the continuous control monitoring, CCM. In ServiceNow, because ServiceNow is also a tool, a platform, and there are multiple platforms which take care the compliance data. Qualys is one, Qualys. Qualys is one. So we can do the monitoring manually, and we can do the monitoring via third-party tool as well. Okay. So here what we do, we create the we create the indicators. If let's say if I ask a question in this batch, Hassan, Vinod, Sai, Mahesh, Ritam, Kiran, Anu, Hemant, and Mohammed. I ask individual questions to all of you. Mahesh able to answer, Ritam answer, Kiran half answer, Anu did not able to answer, Hemant did not able to answer, Mohammed did not able to answer. It is indicating something that the people who are not able to answer, it means they're lacking to understand this concept. That is what the indicator means says. I'm not sure that how many of you have this, but in my native place where uh, I actually belong, in our rooms there's a this electric board, and on the board there's a light always on, and we say that is the indicator which indicate that current is passing or not. If that light is getting dim, we say there's a uh, voltage shortage. If it is very bright, oh my god, it's too much voltage is coming, we have to put some regulator on the place. So that is called the indicator. What you want to be tested, that's come under the indicator. So it is a way that you collect the data, that is your control is behaving good or not, and this will generate the results that your control is compliant or not. So if you come back here and this is my control objective, and if you go in the details, see 75%, how this get calculated. This is what the indicator says. So now what we have to do, we will, and there are two things. One is called indicator and one is called indicator task. Task means which actually taken care by someone. I give a class test or homework to everybody, and now you have to be completed. You're not working on indicator, you're working on an indicator task now. And based on this indicator task, either you will pass, either you will fail. If you're able to answer 5 questions, you pass. Not 5, fail. There's no gray area. Atul 4.5 passed, 9. It's fail. There is nothing called half portion. It's either 1, either 0. Complete binary. So that is called the indicator task, where a user can need to be work. So it means if I have 100 of control objectives, 100 of entities, so everybody need to be work. No, not like that. It can also automate it. Now what we are talking about? We're talking about this thing. Indicators के साथ indicator templates होते हैं, control के साथ control risk होता है, and then we'll start risk के साथ risk. So risk होता है. We are not discussing about this thing now. For that, it's a separate topic. We'll start discussing soon. And if, so control के साथ control attestation होता है. If control is not compliant, तो issue create होता है. Like we have an incident, in the same manner we have issues here. Clear everybody? Doubt, question, clarification? Good. So now, when you have a control objective, here you can see the indicators. I click on the indicator template. Means what? So if I go back here quickly to show you, this we already know this thing. So indicators come under the monitoring. Determine what to measure. क्या measure करना है? Your control objective to make sure that everybody join this class. Now I want to measure that how many are joining the class on a daily basis. How many joining the class on that on time. Determine how to measure. Now how I can measure it. Either I can go back to Teams, and after the class is over, there's an attendance also came. I can use that attendance, which indicates at what time a person joined this call. Or I can see here that who is in the call. को drop करके चला गया. And then I can update my details. Means automatic also possible or manual also possible. Then create the create the indicator template. On which table you want to do it, the basic. What is the threshold? Means I need minimum these many results to say, yes, my compliance is compliant. Sorry, my control is compliant or not. And then the indicators. It means that link your objective and indicator template so that those indicators come on the control. And then the task get created automatically. Clear everybody? And just to be assure you everybody, I kicked out 3 people from this batch now because they were not following the policy, taking off in between without any information. And I'm monitoring everybody now that who is taking off without any information and without a proper valid reason will be kicked out from the batch. No exception to anybody. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we create the indicator template first. Go here in the list and click on the indicator template. Click. Sorry. Click on the new. Specify some of the basic details that what you want to monitor it. Not monitor, sorry, measure it. I can say LNG class timing check. I can put the description here. It says what type of indicator it is, because now we are just doing the compliance and policy. Might be tomorrow we are going to start the risk as well. Because till the time we don't have a risk, we will not do anything of the control. So we'll say that I'm going to work on the risk. Method. How you want to be measure it. This one. ये तो हो गया कि भाई क्या करना है. मुझे चेक करना है कि कितने लोग टाइम्स पे आते नहीं आते. Method. Now method can be multiple. Manual, basic, and script. Manual means where I'm assigning this task, even though this task is get auto assigned to the control owner. I'm assigning this indicator. Sorry, I'm saying that for this indicator task, it should be manual. That a person need to fill the details manually and say yes, pass and fail. If you click on the manual, then the type. You want to see the percentage or you want to see the count. Let me show you something here which is important. Integrated template service now, and I show you something. They go type manual. Manual indicators are used for the data cannot be retrieved from the ServiceNow instance. मतलब इसमें you're not getting it from ServiceNow. You have to be ask the third party system. As I said, Qualys is one of the example. Basic, in which we can specify that from this table we don't need this data. We will see these examples now. Don't worry. Okay. And script is a custom way to collect the data. So this particular method will decide that how the data is get calculated, because if there's a in my company there's a 2000 controls and 5000 entities. I cannot ask everybody to do this manually again and again. Few things manually, few things basics. Okay. So now I'll say manual, because basis of this manual basics, few things got change. Count or percentage on which, so this is what I'm saying, sorry. Target type percentage. Use this option to determine the indicator results by percentage value. That this many users or this many indicator task must be filled. So that is my minimum target. So if I give a question to this group, sorry, if I give a question to this group and I got 7 responses with the mix of pass and fail, then I will take a decision, or the system will take a decision, it's a compliant or not compliant. But 7 is my target. More than that is fine. But minimum 7 I need to do. So this is what it's saying. The value that determines if the indicator should be pass or fail. So let's say I'm saying percentage, or let's say, okay, I'll say count 2. Result if the value meets or exceeds its target. अगर 2 या 2 से ऊपर गया तो पास माना जाएगा, मतलब मिनिमम 2 के बाद ही कैलकुलेट करेगा कि इट्स कंप्लाइंट और नॉट कंप्लाइंट. I can say pass. Instructions that how to fill this one. You can automate as well, schedule. A task will get created automatically. So daily collection, I said yes. Due date 2 days. Run 16th. आज से ही run करना है. Now if I change, let's say I'm saving it. You can see the specify supporting data. Now one more thing before that I move forward, I can change it. No, I want a basic one. So now if I click on the basic, this is still same. But वो चला गया. Due date. Rest is same. So we are talking about this thing. If you see here, see, here, the option to decide if the value is compulsory or not. This option appear if manual is selected. So अभी हमारा क्या selected है? Basic. तो यहाँ पर वो चला गया value mandatory. If I click on manual, see, it come automatically. The option automatically selected, count percentage selected on the target type.
But that's grayed out, value mandate features.
हाँ, it is showing like already mandatory, but it will show only in the case of the basics only. Sorry, manual, yeah, manual only. Might be it has some UI policy on the place. Let me remove this. Can we see something here? Now you can remove it. If I say percentage, as soon as you put the type, none is this thing. क्योंकि none में जो method कुछ है नहीं. But if you're putting the percentage or count, it's become automatically mandatory. That user has to put the value. There should be some value for this one. Either by automation, either by the manual. Okay, so I am putting it count 2 and manual. Click on the save. Now, if you scroll down a little bit more, supporting data, it's talking about this one. Specify support data updates on existing record. What this mean? Use supporting data to gather the supporting evidence from the other applications. Might be I want to be run this particular particular this indicator template or indicator task on the change management. So I can select this thing. Table. So for this, what I'm going to do, let's cancel this and let's open another window as well to show you something interesting. Go to list, indicator template. And let me open this basic one. Approve change request prior to the implementation approved changes. This particular indicator is checking that how many changes are there which are approved before implementing. So they're using the basic. Basic means they're using automated indicator. Automation से काम चलेगा. It's not required for the user to be work upon. The indicator source specified table and frequency. Basic चाहिए count, and it say if any change, count is 1, target is fail. Means if any change which is get approved after the implementation, considered as a fail. मतलब in this case, if system is doing pass, that is a problematic. Fail is the right answer here. And then you can put the basic criteria that how to calculate, or sorry, how to get the data. And if you click on this, it says go to the change request, supporting data field, type, state, short description, and count, and minimum sample size I need 50. If I assign, if the system work, because it's an automated indicator, यहाँ पर कुछ है नहीं ऐसा करने की. Minimum sample size I need 50, and on the basis of 50 I'll see how many are pass, how many are fail, and then I'll update my compliance score. And here you can say specify how data should be filtered on the source table. अभी तो मैंने क्या किया, पूरा का पूरा change request ले लिया. If I want to filter it, no, I want to just see the data the last 5 days or 10 days, last 6 months. So for example, if you wish to filter the data with the filter no vulnerability on a set, you can define here. See, approval is not approved and state is schedule, implement and review. कि जब when this indicator run, it should go and check only these things and then update the things to me. And this happen only in the basics. Manual होगा तो you have to do manual task. I'll run this part as well, don't worry. Now come back here. So I said, no, boss, I want to go for the manual only. So there's nothing called specified data because ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. ठीक है. Now click on the save and link it with the objective. Add. Anybody remember that what is our objective? What number, what source is this? I guess it is 01428. Source ID is 01428. नहीं ये नहीं है. Let me open our indicator as well. Sorry, our objective, so that we can link to the right one. ये है हमारा 00856. This one. So I'm linking it to this one. Indicators are being updated. All the records will be generated in a few minutes. Save. Now you can see indicators also get generated. What this mean? That all these templates got assigned a task to all the controls. Show you here. If I just refresh this, now 3 templates. This is my template. And if you see here, go to controls and open any of the control. You can see the indicators. Why 3? Because it has 3 indicated templates. That's fine. If manual is manual, basic is basic, but it will show that what type of indicator is there now. Clear everybody till this point? Yes or no?
Clear.
Good. Now, what the next part? ये हो गए. We have done this thing as well. Indicators generate हो गए, because as soon as you link your template with the objective, it's get created automatically. Now I have to be tested. Sorry, now to test means I have to be complete the task. Go back. Open this one. Let's say open this one, our one, manual. ठीक. Entity किसकी है? Pamela Broadman की. ठीक. Control override template. Do you want to be overridden? Means some new template you want to be assigned. I said no. Which is coming out this thing from the object indicated template. I want that only. Entity इस पे applicable है. Yes. Assign किसको है? David Lu. Method is manual. Now what I'm going to be do? Result कुछ नहीं है अभी. ठीक. I can execute it. I can execute from here as well. And now a task will get created. A task get created and assigned to Mr. David Lu. Sorry. As execute means, sorry, we done this part from here itself, which is wrong. My bad. Wait. So it is assigned to the David Lu. Same thing. याद रखना Pamela. Go here. Impersonate David. Simple will go to the ECS portal for this one. And now task. 10 task. And now you can see indicator task is there. Click on this. आगे हमारा indicator template. Click on this. And now task means it's something like I can say from the this thing. Like we have our catalog task. Now, because this is a manual one, so David need to become and has to be update the status. Now David can reassign to as well someone else. I can say closed. But is this indicator pass or fail? I said pass. Value 1. If you want to put some comments, all good. Anything work notes? All good. Save. ठीक. Now go back again for the task. एक ही task था Mr. Lu के पास. So if you are kind of a attestation authority, assessment authority, or the policy exception reviewer or approver, you can see like this. Now I'll just end impersonation. And now you can go back here. So who was the entity? Let me refresh this. देखो, आ गया pass. Now what I will do again, I'll remove this filter. And let's say I want to do Laura Lander. Okay. Till the time, because it's again a manual, we see that till the time it did not get executed, there's no task get generated for this one. So execution is important. Now one thing, Atul, if I am the compliance manager and I have 200 or 500 entities where I want a daily this thing integrated task, so I have to go and execute everybody one by one. No, you can schedule as well. This is the homework for you, how to schedule integrated task. So you can see here. Kangya automatically created between this physical frequency manual indicators. I saw this thing that we can schedule as well. This thing might be here, right? It was there. So if you schedule it, the task get created. So I'm saying execute. Now what we're going to do? We will again impersonate David Lu. And this time we will fail it. Okay. Compliance task. And now you can see one more task is there. For which person? What is the entity here? शेष में नहीं आ रहा है entity. So now closed, and this time I'll put fail. Target 2, value 2. Save. And impersonation. So how it say that this particular control is compliant or not? Now I come back here. See, it's showing fail. We run 2 integrated tasks for the same objective. Now come back here. What is our objective? ये था हमारा, नहीं ऑब्जेक्टिव तो हमारा दूसरा था, ये तो हमारा go back here, authority documents, go bit 00856. So अरे काम क्या, ठीक है, ये 3 integrated templates थे. Now if you come back here on the overview, see 67%. Why? Because yesterday when I was doing little practice, then also I failed, and today one test pass, one fail. See, classical attestation 0 था, smart assessment, so you can see here 2 हुए, एक आज हमने किया, एक yesterday earlier we did. Total indicator 357. 119 into 3. and tracking 119 controls. Two are in non-compliant. Now, if your control is non-compliant, then system generate a issue. See, indicator failure. वो कह रहा बॉस ये दो यही फेल हुए ना लॉरा का हमने टेस्ट किया था अभी decided yesterday. Let me go down a little bit more. Policy exception अभी इस पे policy exception कुछ नहीं है हमारा. Issues 2. You can see the issues here. You can go and see the issues here as well. देखो. Issues is coming from the table GRC issues. Yes, and let's see from which table it is getting. Then GRC plan task. It means it is coming somewhere from the task table itself. If you open this plan task, see, coming from the task table. It means the nature of this table is something similar which we have a incident change problem request. Sorry, incident change and problem. Indicated task, let's see, because that also look like is extended from the this thing. So indicator is SNGRC indicator. देखो indicated task from the task table. Why I bring this topic now? Because we have to be understand one thing, that task table is not only and only helpful, applicable, best for ITSM. Task table is used across service now. HSD, yes. CSM, yes. And GRC, yes. So if you open this indicator 1 and you just schema map, base indicator, show referenced. See, this is using these many tables. Although we did not pick up the risk till now. When we go for the risk, then it will be little more complicated. So now come back here. If your compliance is getting fail, it will create an issue automatically. Issue we'll discuss tomorrow. This is a life cycle. You can say issue is like your incident record. But I will again say, don't consider that this is an incident record. It is like incident record, but in ServiceNow, in the GRC, it is called issue. Like if I say in the CSM, if a user is facing an issue, what they raise? Case. Atul, case is like an incident. Yes, it is like an incident, but the different terms has been used. So if you're talking in the ITSM, it's an incident. If you're talking the CSM, it's a case. If you're talking about the HRSG, it is again a case. If you're talking about the GRC, it is an issue. Okay. So a issue get created. Now your homework. What logic? Is it a business rule? It is a flow. What logic run on the on the indicator task? If indicator pass or fail, if indicator fail, it create a issue. Have to be give the answer by 5 or 6 o'clock IST time today. If it is a flow, give me the flow name. If it is a business rule, give me the business rule name. That also this rule, this flow, this job, create the issue in the background. Now, what we have done, the manual. Let's do the basics one. Clear है यहाँ तक everybody? Doubt, question, clarification. Any doubt?
Yeah,
Any good. Good. Now the next part. Let's go back here. So we can see this thing, right? Go to our control. Now open this. Okay, so we'll pick up the other one where the basic is there. This one. Indicator. And now we'll run indicator of the basic. Basic क्या था? Automated है. Let's create a execute because in this it is assigned to David Liu. Let's see. Execute. ठीक है, indicator result will be created. It may take some time. It is not saying indicator task is generated. It's saying indicator result is getting generated now. क्यों? Because for the basic we say that go to the change table and do this activity. Now another homework for you guys. If you are using the basic indicator, how it get the result? It's pass and fail in the background. And it is saying pass. क्योंकि automation से आ रहा है. Might be you're getting some results from the different tools in ServiceNow, or you have integrated ServiceNow GRC with Qualys or some other tools where compliance has been maintained. See, specify spotting data, something is showing to me. Count is 50. System say it's a pass. Any content reference? No, it's not there. But pass is there, one that is thing is clear. Execute again. Status and previous status. Execute again. See, because 50 times results here na mujhe. So I want to be see that is it might be I change something in my chain data. Indicator results. See. Result generated on this from this incident. Let's see what it's saying. Target 1 value 0. If the target, if the value I got 1, it's match, it become a fail. Task तो बनेगा नहीं, it's automated. Now I come back here on my control. Save. Sync pass. If I go back to my control objective, overview, I refresh. See, 71% because it get pass. If it is fail, it might go less. So if you come back here, ये तो ठीक है 357 मैंने देखा fine 119 nothing. So pass is not showing that. Pass means it's for 71% compliance is good. It's showing yellow. Why yellow? Find out. Where it has been defined the threshold limits. that if it is less than 50, it's red. 51 to 80, it's amber. Above 80, it should be green. So if you want to put any evidence, put it. Or might be, as in, we know that when this control objective work, then we can see the evidence here. Clear, everybody? One thing which is important, if you see on the top, now I can, let me go back here, control, and open this overview. See, individual control is a non-compliant. Reason of non-compliance, it's the indicator failure. Issue 1, attestation 1. क्लासिकल में कुछ नहीं था, attestation में 1 is this, and it is open, the attestation is open. Indicator 3. 1 failed, 1 pass. If I do this, see, if it is a fail, it is always a non-compliant. Simple result. But the question come, if I come back here, nobody asked me this question. Atul, how this get calculated? Overall compliance का कैसे result आ रहा है? How this result is getting calculated? Anybody idea? सोचना इसके ऊपर. We'll discuss it. ठीक है जी. So with this portion. So now if I come back here on this one, this done, policy exception, control, indicator templates we have done, indicator we done, control test we're not able to do. We'll see if I can do something here, because there must be another filter, control test, and I guess that is be applicable if something it's I guess it's with the automation only, but we'll see. क्योंकि यहाँ पर भी कुछ नहीं है कंट्रोल टेस्ट का. ठीक है. So I'll see that what is that and how to do this particular part. So we done indicators, test plan. If you want to do this thing, definitely come with the control test only, this particular part. So if you want to do a continuous testing, so you can do the control test as well. Now the risk is pending. Or if I go a little bit more depth, type, entity, issues is pending for us, risk. So with this, I can say almost 50% part has been done in this syllabus. क्योंकि मेरी दो चीजें हैं, एक compliance, एक risk. Risk is another bigger thing. Risk value, risk type, and risk has its own compliance as well. So that will pick up in the next class. So we'll do issues first, and then we'll go for the risk. Everybody all good? Clear till this point? Doubt, question, clarification?
So Atul, basically, when the more issue will generate, the more less compliance the system, right?
So the more issue?
I mean, the more issue will generate, the less compliance.
Definitely, yes.
That our target will be to generate less issues.
Less issues, right? See, issue means that the policy you build, sorry, the compliance you build, and the policy you have, people are not following that policy. I said that guys, everybody need to be join this class a 1 minute before. There is a policy. If you're not joining on the time, it's an issue. and it indicating my control non-compliant. Now if I show you here non-compliant, 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 non-compliant. Okay, let's say non-compliant, 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 non-compliant. Because I said if you go more than 2 days leave, get out. Compliant, compliant with the exception, compliant, compliant with exception, compliant, compliant, non-compliant. क्योंकि मेरा target is the 2 days. So in this case, my indicator is failing. In this case, indicator is pass. If I done the basic one, more than two or more than two, then it's pass. Otherwise, it's fail. Okay, so that is the reason, because if you want to be make sure that you run a good business, you need to be make sure that you do the audits as well on the time. Problem ये नहीं है. Problem is that in the industry we say that okay, when the audit is coming, only then we start working it. That's wrong. There's a very problematic areas which we have to be work continuously. ठीक है? चलो, all clear everybody? Doubt? Any other doubt? Anybody last doubt question before I close the recording? Okay, good. Let me stop the recording now and take attendance.